I eventually started getting 1 or 2 shows here and there. And now when you do a fashion show, you always can tell who's the biggest star model by who has the most changes on their rack. So for example, if you have 4 outfits on your rack and you're supposed to walk the ramp 4 times for a show, you're very happening and you're a successful model. So I would always come to the clothes rack, come running, seeing how many outfits I had, and I would always have 1. So I would look at the hanger, and everyone else would have 4 or 5, and they'd be draping their saris and getting them all ready. And I'd be there with my 1 outfit, which inevitably was something very loose and big. And I'd be like, oh, okay, fine. But, I kept on going. I kept on doing my auditions with the fake soap bar and everything else, and learned what kabaddi was. And I started working as a model fairly successfully. Then I think I was pretty successful as a model. I was very happy. I thought I'd really, achieved what my target was. And then, of course, comes that word ambition. That is what drives us all. We look for something bigger. We look for something, now what else? This is what I've achieved. Everyone said I couldn't do it. I was, bigger than most models who were very thin. I said, now I achieved it. I proved them wrong. Now I'm going to look to films. It was a larger scope. It seems an amazingly glamorous industry. I said, I'm going to try my luck there. So I signed my first Hindi film. It was a film called Saya. I don't know how many of you remember that film. Quite some years back. And it was being produced by Mahesh Bhatt and directed by a film director called Anurag Basu. So the first day on the film, I report to the film set. And my shot is a silent shot. All I have to do is stand. The camera's in front of me. And John Abraham is the hero of the film. And he's supposed to see me. I'm supposed to be a ghost in the film, but a pretty ghost. And he's supposed to look at me. And I'm just supposed to kind of give a vacant, longing look, sadly. So I think I've done it fairly well. There was no dialogue. It was an easy first shot. And they said, pack up. It was a night shoot, I remember. Next day, I get a call to please come to the office of the producer. So I come thinking that, we're going to have some costume discussion or something. And the producer, Mahesh Saab, he says that we're going to have to let you go from the film and find a replacement for you. So I'm thinking, why? I could understand that if there was a dialogue shot, maybe I was wrong in my Hindi, I messed up my dialogues, my Hindi's not good enough, but it was a silent shot. How difficult can that be to look nicely and smile? But still he said that, I don't think you're right for it. So he let me go, and I went home, cried all the way home, went to my house, cried all night as well, which you'll hear a lot in my story. There was a lot of tears. I cry a lot. And I said, never mind. My friends also told me, keep trying, sometimes this happens, even though they couldn't really think who else it had really happened to, but they said, sometimes it happens, keep trying. So a little time has passed, a few months has passed. I get a call from a leading, I think I've done 1 or 2 films by that time. I think I had done Maine Pyar Kyun Kiya and Humko Deewana. And I get a call from a leading producer. He is like he is it. You get a call from him, you've made it. And I'm so excited. I call up my manager, who's also my best friend. I say that he's called me, this is it. We finally got our big break. And I go there excitedly, full of expectation, full of excitement. And he sits me down. He says, Katrina, I know you've been wanting to meet me for some time. And I said, yes, sir, definitely, sir. And, I really hope we can work together, sir. And I'm very excited about working. So he said, how can I consider casting you when I have not seen one good shot you have done in any movie or any ad film? So I said, okay, sir, and started crying there only. So now I've progressed from leaving the meetings and crying to crying in the meetings. And he said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but it's true. So basically, that's just a few, to cut a long story short, that's kind of what I experienced in the beginning. When you are experiencing these things, even though you can laugh about it now, you do think that when are you supposed to accept that maybe this industry is not right for me? I'm facing so much rejection. Maybe this is not the industry for me. And I think that's one of the most tricky things about the film industry, because there is no rules. It is not like, you have to have this qualification and you can become an actor, or this qualification you can become a star. There's no rules. It's just an industry of... It's up to the public. It's up to perception. I don't know what it's up to. It's up to destiny. And when do you know that, okay, I have to give up now, or I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to try harder and try the best that I can? Well, I did obviously keep on trying, and I think from where I started out, I think I have achieved more than I could have dreamed of. And that kind of brings you, I guess, to the question which I ask myself now, which is, when is it enough? When do you sit back and say, I've achieved everything that I wanted, or I've achieved so much, and now I can relax and I can say that, yes, I have accomplished something. But the film industry and the glamour industry, like most industries, I think, is an extremely cutthroat, competitive industry. And if you're going to sit back and relax, there's going to be someone else who wants it more than you do and may surpass you. So I think you just take every day as it comes. That's what I try and do. And you try and go to work with a smile on your face, as long as you can say that, no, I'm happy I'm going to a film set today. And you can find one thing. What I try and do with every film of mine, a lot of people ask me after so many films, I guess by the grace of God, have done so well that I've done. People always ask me, how do you choose a film? Or, what is the thing, how is it that you've chosen these films which have done well? It's just, I don't think there's any logic to it. It's just a certain feeling. Whatever film that I choose, I always try and find one thing that this is what I want to accomplish from this film. Whether it's like the last film I've done, Farah Khan's film. There was songs of a certain type of a level and songs of a certain nature which I had not done before. And I said, I'm going to give this my 100% and try and achieve something new with this.